Hello, it's Ed. Welcome back to the studio, and it's all looking a bit busy here today because I am going to be building this. So I've set up my overhead camera here so that hopefully you can see exactly what I'm doing. This was a gift from a family member recently, and I've been meaning to put it together and just not found the time, so do it in work time. So I am here and I'm going to build this camera, which is the Constructor build your own 35mm SLR camera in 1 to 2 hours. It's now 11:05. Let's see if we're done by lunchtime. I'm going to build this, load it with film, go and shoot it and see if, as it promises, you can be shooting knockout analog film photos as soon as you put it together. Right, let's crack on. Oh, what's in here? I hope it's actually made of cardboard. Oh no, that's good, isn't it? Look. Wow. This reminds me of a Warhammer model or an Airfix kit. Some instructions here. That's obviously the lens assembly and all the fiddly bits. Back. That looks like the film cassette container. Your front, is that the viewfinder? Good to see it comes with a screwdriver. It's in this box. Oh, it looks like your lens. Right, there will now be a short pause while I read the instructions. Okay, so I'm sat on a park bench. I've just been to purchase the cheapest roll of black and white film that I could get. Basically, it's 24 exposures. I think it was £7 and £6 to develop, or £6 and £7 to develop. So that's the cheapest option I can get because I'm quite prepared for the fact that nothing is going to come out on this film. The camera, I've made it look all fancy. It's got nice little red bits. I added some stickers and things, so it looks amazing. But will it actually take any pictures? I think the shutter mechanism is kind of working, but it's the wind on that I'm not sure about. It just seems really weird. Certainly the counter there doesn't count. I've got a trail race tonight, so I'll try and use those frames up at the trail race so I can get it developed tomorrow and get a inkling as to whether this camera is going to be a goer or not. Let's try loading it up and see how we get on. And to set this to 24 and shall we take a test shot of the library opposite? And now we'll try winding on. I can't tell if that's actually winding on or not. I'm going to go for a selfie just so I can actually see if the shutter's moving. So I've set this manually to 4 to remind me that I've taken 4. Let's put this away and we'll get it out again at the Wizard race. So I'm here, got my camera in a bag to try and protect from all the sweat or rain, and yes, I am doing a run. So I'm going to try and get a picture of the general area and then some more during the run and some more at the end. Okay, so it's next day. It was a good race, really enjoyed it, but I must have done something wrong when I put the winding mechanism together on this, because I seem to get 6 shots out of a reel of 24 exposure film. So I kind of feel a bit bad about taking this in and spending £7, but we'll see if anything came out. If it did, then I will work on fixing the winding mechanism. I don't know if I put the cogs together the wrong way around or something. I did it twice because I could tell there was something wrong the first time. But anyway, let's take the film out. It has actually wound all the way back, so that's good. But getting it out might be tricky. There we go. Okay, let's get it to the lab. Okay, it is Monday. I have got the film back from the lab and hopefully there is something on it. So let's have a little look. Exciting. Blank, 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 blank. My finger's now stuck in there. Blank, blank, blank. Ah, here we go. It's upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 and a tiny bit. Well, that's kind of the number of pictures I was expecting, but not the distribution. I thought there'd be like one, a load of blank space, and then another, and a load of blank space, and another, and a load of blank space, because I thought I was winding on way too much. But what it actually looks like is that that's the start of the roll. So it didn't really wind on properly to start with. So the first, I took a load of photos of the library, didn't I? And that's the last one. So probably like the first 3 shots weren't on at all. And then it started winding on. And then when it got to this point where I thought it had reached the end of the roll because it wouldn't twist any further, actually, there was all that left. So rather than it not being taken up properly by the take-up spool, it was stuck in the actual film cassette. So it was the rewind knob that must have been jammed. Okay, so that's kind of better than I would have hoped for. Anyway, let's have a look at these pictures and see how they came out, what the exposure's like and so forth. Right, let's get these scanned onto the monitor. Right, okay, so you've got the negatives loaded up onto here, all scanned in. I've not been particularly careful with the scanning because I don't think these are really going to be keepers, but I just want to see what we've got. So this is the first frame, and that's the one of the library that I took. The last one of 3, the first 2 obviously just weren't there. And here is the next shot, that's the selfie I took to check that the shutter mechanism was working. So a beautiful picture of the back of my iPhone. And then this was taken at the race. At the beginning of the race, I was having a Red Bull to give me some energy before I set off. I set it to close focusing as well, so it shows that it can focus close up. The focusing mechanism seems to be working. My feet, again, just on the tarmac, so you've got that weird vignetting, which I guess is part of the charm of this camera. And I just took a picture of some plants that were at the beginning of the race route, just to again see how it coated the light. Thought I had lots more pictures to take, but I didn't. Then that is Lucy after she'd got her race number in. Yeah, good detail, not particularly flattering of her. I'm sure she'll be really happy with that picture. And the back of one of the Marshalls, I think, there. And yeah, it's got some interesting effects, and the main thing is it is coming out. It's coming out and it's winding on. There aren't any sort of double exposures or ones where it's overlapping, so that's all good. Another one taken at the start of the race, that was the marquee where you picked up your race number and registered. So yeah, again, it's focused pretty well. It's slightly soft at the edges as you'd expect and sharp in the middle, but the exposure's good. All I've done with this is the usual, inverting it. That's black, that's white with the eyedropper tool. I didn't do any changing of the brightness and contrast or anything with this. And that is it. That is all I got for my, in total, £13. So not amazing, but it's proof of concept, and it gives me the confidence to want to go out and shoot properly with this camera. Right, well, I guess that is the end of this week's edition then. It's been quite interesting. It's been quite a lot. So building the camera, testing it, scanning the negatives and getting at least something out of it. So that's a positive. And I think next time we will load this up with proper lomography film and see how it performs when it's used as it's supposed to be used, rather than just taking pictures of my feet and things just to check that it works. But I didn't want to waste time and get nice shots and then find that there was nothing there. So thanks again for watching. Have a great week, and I will hopefully see you same time again next week. Bye for now.